I'm never drinking again. Put a hurting on my credit card. I must have bought tequila shots for everybody at the bar. Well, I finally learned my lesson. Seen the neon light on Sunday morning. Saved no more Saturday nights. I mean it this time, at least until next weekend. I swear I'm never drinking again.
What's going on, humans? Today on the Windy City Joes podcast, we are joined by a very special guest. His name is Roman Alexander, and no, he's not a Greek god. He is a country musician. Roman, welcome to Joe's on Weed Street. And
thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here. Yeah.
So yeah, when I first saw that you were coming, I was like, damn, Roman Alexander. It sounds like someone that you'd see. What is that? What's that movie with all the Greek people? Where this is Sparta.
Oh, 300?
300. Yeah. Like I would think like that's like the main character's name.
Maybe that was my dad. He was the one who named me. Maybe that was his objective to do that. Yeah. But I think my name came from a football player named Roman Gabriel. My dad's name's Gabriel.
Oh, okay.
My name's Roman, obviously. So he wanted that to be kind of the case. And then Alexander, I don't know. I think that's my grandpa's middle name. So it's kind of where it came from.
Got you.
Nothing too crazy. It sounds cool though.
It does.
Yeah.
It sounds way cooler than Michael or Jackson.
Yeah.
You're from Parkfield, Missouri?
Parkville, yeah.
Not Parkfield.
Not Parkfield, Parkville.
Parkville.
I love it. It's a little suburban country town.
Yeah.
Right smack dab in the middle.
So are you a Kansas City sports fan or St. Louis sports fan?
A little bit of both. I have kind of it's kind of split because my mom's side is all St. Louis and my dad's side is all Kansas City. And
okay.
So the Royals, I can't say I'm a diehard Royals fan. I respect them. It's my hometown, but I'm a Cardinals fan.
Yes, thank you.
St. Louis Cardinals,
God,
and I'm a diehard Cardinals.
I'm a Cardinals fan.
Are you?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're the first Cardinals fan we've had on the podcast, so you're my favorite guest by far.
Well, here we go. All right.
I'm a Cubs fan, though.
Shut the hell up. Yeah.
That's all right. It only took 140 something years to win a World Series. I'm
108.
Here's or
there. I don't think we need to get into specifics.
No, absolutely.
It's just...
So speaking of shitty baseball teams, Kansas City.
Yes.
That wasn't really a good segue because I just want to talk about Kansas City, not shitty baseball teams. But your uncle was playing music in Kansas City, and you kind of followed him around, and that's how you got started.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, with him, I feel like his interview, podcasts. I love podcasts. It's like a conversation. Okay, so I'm preparing myself for interviews. I released a song last week, so I've been doing interviews. Okay, let me chill out here.
No, you're fine.
Yes, my uncle is a country singer. Still is. I mean, he plays all over Kansas City, and he's pretty well known up there. But he got me started, man. It was I started playing, Johnny Cash and Waylon covers and Willie covers, and I kind of fell into a groove of playing these 4-hour bar circuits. So even in the 6th grade, I'd start with I started when I was 7, and I'd learn a couple songs, and then when I got in 6th, 7th grade is when I started elevating the sets to 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, and that's when shit got real. So yeah.
You do have a pretty badass story, and I mean by badass by so you started off as a merch guy, and then backtrack on that. You moved to Nashville, obviously,
yeah, and
then you had to get your foot in the door. I'm assuming,
yeah,
and so you're I'll just be a merch guy.
I wish it was as easy as that.
Okay.
Oh, God, that'd be so cool if it was. Jeez. I did some really, crappy jobs.
Yeah.
Having to, wash cars at Audi. Not Audi, not bad car company.
Right.
I worked at the Audi dealership, and I did that specifically because I knew that there was country singers and music executives that would work there or go there and drop their car off. And I knew if I worked there, I didn't want to be the guy that would go up to him and be like, oh, my God, hey, my name is Roman Alexander. I'm an aspiring artist, blah, blah, blah. Nobody wants that. I know I wouldn't. So I thought it'd be more clever if I stole business cards out of their cars. So I'm not going to say Dirk Bentley was one of them, but it was. And then there was a guy from a record label. I won't name him, but he had a business card. I took a picture of it. And that's what I got really good at, taking pictures rather than taking the business card.
Yeah.
And I made a fake email and emailed him, and he figured out it was me. And so he was like, how about you just come down and just meet with me? And he shot me straight. He's like, you're not good enough right now. You need to write more songs. You don't know how any of this works, And that was kind of the dose I needed. So I tried to figure out ways I could get in. My buddy is in management with a country artist named Justin Moore. And so at the time, he was his merch guy. And so he kind of moved up the ladder. But at the time when he was doing merch, he was like, hey, man, there's a group named Shenandoah that needs a merch guy. Would you want to come out and be a merch guy? I'm like, for Shenandoah, that's one of my favorite 90s country bands. Of course I would come out and be a merch guy for Shenandoah. Started that way, and then it kind of elevated into, you know, a few weeks on the road, turning a few months on the road. I bounced between Jody Messina, Shenandoah, and then Easton Corbin. And then I kind of segued into Easton Corbin, and that's where I ended up being with him for 2 years. And in that time, I was writing songs and trying to find times to go to the studio. And any chance I could try to make a contact or write, I would. And I figured out that maybe building a social media presence would be the perfect way to do that. So I kind of started that on the side as a side hustle until it kind of became a full-time thing where I was able to get a publishing deal out of it and get out of the merch scene.
Damn, so you grinded.
I was gone a lot. The longest I was gone was like 175 days, and then throughout the year. But I remember we would go on like 3-month-long runs out west. And the guys would fly home, but I was like, I'm young, man. You know, I want to enjoy this. So I would go out there and I'd stay out in California. My sister was in the Marine Corps at the time, so she was stationed out there, and I would go and stay with her. So,
yeah.
So what would you say, like, when you first started writing to now, how do you think your style of music has changed?
You know, I haven't got, actually, you would be surprised I haven't gotten asked that question yet.
Great question.
That's a great question. Yeah. That's,
I was really working on it.
You guys talk to artists, I can tell. That's awesome. No, man, it's changed a lot. I change every day. I'm evolving, but I also keep myself on track. I'll hear a new, whether it's a John Mayer record or a Taylor Swift record. I'm like, oh my God, what if I did that? Wouldn't that be cool if I did that sound? And I was like, whoa, put yourself back. What are you good at? What do you stay in your lane? You can venture out. There's a time and place for that. But when you're trying to get your foot in the door still as a new artist, you got to have that thing about what you're doing that stands apart. And for me, I didn't find that stride until I wrote Cocktail Conversations. That was a song that kind of like completely built up the foundation for everything. Has a little bit of elements of everything I love. You know, Elvis Presley. I've kind of put that in my EP all across the board, little Elvis references. But that song kind of structured everything. And even before that, you know, I was such a bad writer. I'm still a bad writer. I try to write as much as I possibly can. And I don't know if I'll ever be a great writer. But that's why we have Nashville, and we have writers there who are fantastic. So,
what do you like? I don't think you're a bad writer. I mean, look at what you're doing, and you have music. So, like, what do you think the difference between, I guess, an uneducated writer and someone that's, like, I guess, educated in writing or has an idea of what they're doing?
It's the people you surround yourself with, and where you like what your place is in a room. For me, as an artist, there's some artists who come in and they say, "This is what we're writing. Here's how we're going to write it. This is how we're going to attack it," and then boom, 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 execute and done. And then for me, I go in and I say, "I have this title, this idea." Now, my producer, Jerry Flowers and Jared Keim, they know me well enough now. And Jerry Flowers is a legend. So he's got a really good idea of who I am already, sometimes better than I know I am. But he's got the maturity. He kind of sees as an artist, like, you know, how I'm going to evolve. And so he's able to kind of say, Roman, I would write it this way. I would attack this song this way. What do you guys think? And then we kind of bounce ideas off each other. So I would throw where I sit in a room, to make it short, is I'll say, hey, I wouldn't say that. My fans would say this. Here's what I need. I need a tempo song for a live show. I need a radio song. Here's what we're shooting for today. So, but I think that's why Cocktail Conversations is so special, because that song kind of just formed itself. And I had that title for like weeks. And I'd go pitch it and be like, hey, I have this song called Cocktail Conversations. And everybody's like, man, that's kind of a lame title. And then the one guy that clipped onto it was like, I love it.
So it's so interesting, because like when you're pitching songs, you pretty much are going up to a person with like their own opinion on just simply something as simple as a title, and they're just like, nah, it's boring, whatever. And then some person's like, genius. Yeah, it tells you how people's brains work. I mean, some people are just, you know, it depends on what they write, their style of writing, or the people that they write with. You know, Dylan Altman and John Caldwell are fantastic writers in general. So Dylan, who's got, you know, a few number ones under his belt, he could have done the whole thing. Well, I've written these songs, so here's what I would do. He said, what do you want to do? What are you interested in? Tell me about your life. Tell me who inspires you. Elvis, blah, blah, blah. I love old fashions. Yeah. You know, and so that's where we kind of came up with the Old Fashioned Manhattan off of just a title that I threw him. And so it just tells you that, you know, certain people give you can bounce ideas off each other, and there's a creative flow you find sometimes. And sometimes you don't. I go into writes. I'll write 150 days a year.
or 150 songs a year maybe, and I'll probably end up cutting maybe 3 of them. So
Damn.
yeah.
So, I mean, you sound like, I mean, you travel all the time, obviously. But what would you say your favorite city is, just to like travel to?
Chicago's up there.
You're just saying that because you're on our
I came
podcast
here as a
now.
kid. I used to go to the Science and Industry Museum downtown.
Okay.
Which I guess it's not that far, is it?
No.
I used to go there all the time
20
with my family, and the older I got, then it elevated into drinking here. And then, I also love like New Orleans, and I love San Diego is my number 1 city of all time. I love San Diego, California a lot. Maybe it's because my sister was stationed there, but
Okay.
I really love it. Yeah. So
San Diego.
San Diego, I feel like, is like the perfect California city. It's not super like hot all the time. It's like
Yeah.
perfect weather.
mhm.
And like the majority of the people I know that live there are like
Yeah.
people that migrated from the Midwest. They were like, we just wanted good weather all the time,
Yeah, you can wear board shorts and walk around with a cigar and your shirt off and surfboard, and nobody give you shit for it. And then
Right.
you can also wear a sweatshirt and sweatpants and still be comfortable and not be burning your ass off. So
Yeah.
It's a good environment to be in.
Yeah.
But like, I just like the fact that it's not LA,
Mhm.
because LA, has that kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even know how to put it into words.
it's
just
clustered. It's not.
Like, it's clustered, but
Yeah.
also spread out,
Mhm.
like weirdly spread out for a big city.
yeah,
Uh,
country music
Yeah.
isn't too responsive there. So, I mean, we did the Novo Theater once with Easton when I was doing merch, and it was so much. It was just so things are so stacked on top of each other and spread out at the same time, and things are just so expensive out there.
oh
Yeah.
yeah,
You
it's
can't even
ridiculous.
like maintain a way of life just living in a hotel for a few weeks out there. So,
Right.
Yeah.
let alone trying to make a living, putting your music out there. You still have to hit it though. The West Coast is important. So
Right.
Yeah.
So Better in a Car.
yeah,
You literally released the music video for it yesterday.
Yesterday.
November 12th.
Yeah.
Because I was doing my research and it said like released 4 hours ago, and I was like, shit, okay. And the car in the music video.
1969 Cadillac Eldorado.
Yeah. Do you need anyone to watch it? Like, because we have some space. We can
Yeah.
watch it for you.
I was trying to convince the guy to let me have it too. I really wanted it really bad. I was like, even had like the little Elvis ornament
Yeah.
that dangles from the rearview mirror. And I was like, man, what do I owe you for the car? And he's like, $78,000. I was like, I'm good. You know what? I'll get the new Ford Bronco or something.
Right.
I love old cars. I love anything classic and timeless. $78,000, especially
Yeah.
as a songwriter.
What
Don't really pan out too well.
What is your dream car?
A 1987 Ferrari 308 GTB.
Fuck.
You know what that
me,
is?
That's a
Yeah, he
good
knows what
car.
that is.
That's my dream car. My dad's a big Ferrari guy, and so we could never afford them, and that's probably why I love them so much. Because Magnum PI had one, and I really wanted to drive Magnum PI's car.
Yeah. I think I would go a Lambo. Just,
A Lamborghini?
I like
Yeah.
the doors that like
The Suicides, yeah.
And then you just have to, anyone who watches me pull up would have to watch me fucking get out of that thing. Fucking give me a second.
Look at that guy. Look at that guy in the suit.
Yeah, I like cars, but I think the older I'm getting too, I think I'm like, man, I would be fine. Now they have a dog that's like 100 pounds.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with having a Chevy Suburban.
What kind of dog do you have?
I have a 104, well, it was 103 as of a couple days ago. St. Bernard and American Bulldog mix. His name's Bubba.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
He's a big old boy. He looks so aggressive until you meet him, and he's just like the sweetest, most loving. Just wants to cuddle. Doesn't
Gentle
want-
giant.
That's all he is.
Oh my god.
So he's the best.
I've never heard of a St. Bernard Bulldog mix.
I hadn't either until I remember getting out of the car and going to look at him and saying, okay, I'm only going to go look. Why I thought that going to adopt a dog just to look,
I think that's impossible.
you can't not. I would feel like a terrible human walking out of there. So I met this guy at the park, and he had him sitting there, and I just looked at him, and he was just a goober. I was like, God damn it. Okay. Stuck with him now. So
I need him.
he's a great dog. My best friend.
Yeah, that's awesome. Shout out to Bubba.
Shout out to Bubba.
How long have you been in Nashville now?
6 years.
Oh,
Almost
wow.
6.5. So 2015, I graduated high school, moved straight there. I gave my mom 2 days notice before I left. She knew I had an idea I was going to go, so it wasn't like out of the blue, but I literally had a shoebox under my bed that said Nashville. And I had had that shoebox since I was like in the 7th grade. I wanted to go to Nashville so bad.
Like,
See,
was it an empty shoebox?
I
No, I
had
had money.
Oh,
Had money in there, yeah.
See, I had a shoebox under my bed, but it said weed on it. It was different.
I had to see times have changed. I had that too.
Yeah, now it just sits on my dresser. But
Hey, is this a legal state too?
yeah,
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
There's a dispensary right across the street.
Is there? Okay.
Yeah, and it is fun.
Really?
Yeah, I love this.
See, I don't really smoke weed or do any edibles or anything like that, but I will enjoy occasionally. And the times I have been disastrous, and why I keep going back to do it again, I don't know. You know, the horror story I had was I had a Nestle Crunch bar in Colorado.
Perfect.
And it looked like a Nestle Crunch bar. It probably said like High Life on it or something
Yeah.
like that. And went into this dispensary. I'd never been in a dispensary before. And I was so surprised how expensive everything was. Like all the tax on it. I bought this $20 Nestle Crunch bar. And I was like, I assume I'm supposed to eat the bar.
Oh, you
The
ate the
whole
whole
fucking
thing?
It's a chocolate bar.
Oh.
So I got back to the
Who
venue
eats like
before I
just one
ate
square
it.
out of the chocolate bar, though?
Well, yeah, each one was like 3 milligrams or 5 milligrams or whatever it might have been.
Yeah, eat the whole thing.
But I went to the venue and one of the guys was like, hey, don't eat that whole bar. I'm like, why? I'm like, well, I don't really eat a whole chocolate bar in general anyways. I don't really like chocolate, but here, I'll just eat half of it. I literally cut the thing down the middle, and I didn't realize how I cut it. It was uneven. So I just remember waking up on the front lounge of the bus. I was very sick. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. My mom's probably going to listen.
That's all right. I mean, you got to try.
I had to cut myself off.
You got to try. You got to try everything once.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, you know what? My mom was really cool about me. As long as I didn't drink and drive, she said, hey, look, me trying to force you not to do something is only going to make you want to do it more. So I can tell you not to do it, and you can be a grown up and just figure it out whether it's good for yourself or not.
That's pretty much what my parents did, too.
Yep.
So I want to talk to you about your song "Crazy."
Mm-hmm.
It's on Spotify. So actually, when I looked you up,
It's still there.
Yeah. Well, no, it's there because it was one of my songs. So I knew about you forever ago, for the record.
But it was like grayed out, like unavailable on
Yes,
Spotify.
and you can't play it.
Yeah.
So I was like, what the hell? I want to play the
It's
song.
probably because it says fucking it. And my label now is probably like, hey, I probably shouldn't do that.
So is that why?
Oh,
Okay.
So we were
Yeah.
like, we were sitting here like, what was it? Like, you know, because like I've seen other artists have like songs like grayed out unavailable. I was like, oh, it's probably just a licensing thing through Spotify.
Yeah, I mean, I outgrew the song too. I think at the time I was so flustered on what kind of artist I wanted to be. I wanted to be a country artist, but I was trying to be so different. At the time, Sam Hunt had just came out and been so revolutionary. I mean, he was one of the biggest things that ever happened in country music in the last 30 years, 20 years. That I think I wanted to be so different. I wanted to be weird, and that was just a really bad move on my part because it literally says, "I don't give a fuck about you."
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And I don't.
give a fuck about you.
Hey, it's a jam though.
Yeah.
It's a jam.
Oh, it is.
Also, so
It
is Wreck. I like Wreck. That was a good one too.
Yeah.
But Crazy was a little too crazy for the time. It still is.
I mean, it's like if anyone needs a just fuck you breakup song, like that's it.
I wish a pop artist would just take it and record it and like do some cool
See,
EDM.
that's
mix to it.
that's another reason why I thought like it may have gotten done because I was like it doesn't really feel country. So I was like maybe
Yeah.
his team was like, hey, stay country or whatever. Just,
Yeah, but at the
or
time I
whatever.
didn't have a team. It was just me, myself, and I. So now
'Cause,
that
yeah,
I
it was
have
in
a team.
2016.
I recorded it in 2015, and then 2016 is when it came out.
Was that one of the first songs you like ever released?
Yeah, that was the first song I released.
Oh,
Mhm.
gotcha. That's crazy. No pun
Yeah,
intended.
besides my high school band stuff, which nobody needs to listen to that.
What was the name of the high school band?
Roman Alexander Band.
Nice.
Real original, right? Yeah.
Dope as fuck, though.
Hey, you know what? It's like we couldn't decide on a band name, and I was like, I guess I'll be that asshole. Roman Alexander Band.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, I know, whatever.
Like, old playing your band.
Actually, no, false. I know how it happened. My mom, just being the cool mom she is, like, my son's gonna be a solo artist. He's gonna be a country artist, and I'm not gonna be damned if he's gonna have a country band, like a band. He needs to be him. Just being a mom. And I think she called the venue and said, put the name Roman Alexander Band down. So my band wanted to be something else, and they just showed up in the flyer, said Roman Alexander Band, and that's how we had to roll.
Man, your mom's a kick-ass woman.
She's amazing. My mom is my best friend, and she's also like, she's not mean at all. She's the most funny, like has the wittiest, raunchiest sense of humor ever. She's awesome.
That's awesome.
That's so
Yeah.
cool.
Does she cook? Does she bake anything?
My mom's best cook ever.
Yeah.
And everybody says about their mom, like, I'm so sorry if your mom is a good cook. My mom's way better. Like, I'm a firm believer that my mom is such a good cook. I love my mom's cooking.
If you could have one dish from her, what?
French onion soup.
Oh.
French onion soup. Because she actually, like, and it's like a new thing that she made. Before, it was like her enchiladas were really good. I'm Mexican. So when my mom's really white, my dad's really Mexican. So she had to figure out, like, dishes when she was married to him, because they're no longer married, but when she was married to him, she had to figure out how to make really good Mexican food. So she ended up making better Mexican food than the Mexicans in the family. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
But her French onion soup, it's a new thing that she started a couple years ago, where she bought these like the ceramic bowls and then cooks them in the oven, like gets them real hot, and then makes the soup, pours it in there, and just melts pounds of cheese in there. I mean, that's
like,
all.
Does she do like the cheese on the top?
It's like a cheese dome over it.
Oh.
Like when she takes it out, it's like a dome of cheese with.
That would
like-
probably hospitalize me.
I'm pretty cheesy, dude. Like
I love cheese, but it does not.
Your
love
body
me.
doesn't love cheese.
Yeah.
You lactose?
It's a love-hate relationship. I love it. It hates me. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
lactose intolerant. Yeah. I got these little pills I carry around with me. Like, let me show you these.
You were set for this wedding, bro.
Yeah, I know. I got everything in here. So like, yeah, I keep these little pills. It's so I don't shit my pants every time
Okay.
I eat.
Bridesmaids and gas X. I love it,
Yeah,
dude.
dude, you gotta
Yeah.
have them.
This is awesome.
Yeah. Do you have any questions for us?
Well, how often do you shit your pants?
No, like once a year, probably.
Once a year?
No,
Okay.
I mean, I don't.
I did it on my 21st.
You gotta. I feel like if you drink alcohol enough, like this month has been solid. Like I haven't really
Yeah.
been drinking except for last night. I was at
Well,
the
we did
Blackout
sober
Day.
November until November 3rd.
Yeah,
for
until
you.
November 3rd.
Oh.
And we were like,
So you made
we
2
should.
days.
I was like,
Well-
if we smoke weed, like it's not. Like,
It doesn't
gonna-
count.
it's
Yeah.
not. We're gonna
Because the
like,
weed's going to cancel the alcohol.
I was like,
Yeah.
and then we we're not drinking. And then we got to brunch, and we were like, well, we can't like have brunch without alcohol, right? Like,
I love brunch.
and he's like, if it looks like orange juice and it's on the Lord's Day, it's
That's-
fucking orange juice.
Yeah, same with wine.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey,
Yeah.
Jesus drank it, you know?
Yeah.
Jesus made it.
He made it.
He did. Yeah. Here's the thing, man. I've been on the road Levi and I have been on the road the last 16 days. And I said, you know what? I'm going to work out every morning. I'm going to go on a run. I'm going to stay in shape. It's not easy. But when you're not in a bus, because when I was a merch guy, we were on tour buses.
Yeah.
I could work out. We had gyms. You had tour managers. You had 2 tour managers sometimes. You had runners who would do everything for you. Not for me, but for Easton. And then, but I was able to go to work out, eat healthy foods because most of these venues catered to that.
Yeah.
And then you get it. This is the nicest. Like, I walked in here. I'm like, oh shit, this is actually like a real music venue. Like some of these places you play, they're really nice, but they don't have bathrooms in the green room even.
Oh, wow.
Or their green room is like, here's a bottle of Jack. Okay, so
Yeah.
our options are to order a kale salad or Jack Daniels. I'm gonna do Jack Daniels. So,
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine just being on the road as much as you are. I mean, I could, because I'm sure it has its good and
I
good and
couldn't
bad days.
imagine ordering a kale salad.
Me neither. And I love eating healthy. Don't get me wrong. Fitness is a big part of my life.
But kale's weird.
Salad in general. Like I ordered a buffalo chicken salad, but I wouldn't order it if it wasn't buffalo chicken.
Right.
You
You
know?
gotta have like some sort of like actual
Protein.
sustenance in there.
Yeah.
Other
You
than
do.
like just like
And I just
weed.
drizzle it in ranch. So is it really healthy? No, it's just a sloppy salad.
I know. I love when people do that. Like, I'm going to eat healthy. I'm going to order a salad, and then it's like, can I have the ranch bottle in the back?
Yeah,
Because
and you
it's
know what?
gonna
Just
go
bring
on.
out gravy and butter while you're
Yeah.
at it, because like fuck them,
Yeah. What are you? So you said you guys are from Illinois and
Yeah.
the Indiana border, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Nothing like crazy.
Where'd y'all go to college at? You guys go to college?
I dabbled. I went to Purdue Northwest. I was supposed to go to Columbia here in the city.
Yeah.
For comedy writing and performance. It was like $42,000 a year.
What's your
and
best joke? Go.
I was like, my best joke. I
Yeah.
don't
His life.
Yeah, my life.
Shit in your pants.
Shit in my pants, like yeah. But so I was like supposed to go there. I was like $42,000 a year for joke telling sounds like not
That sounds like a
like
scam.
that sounds like a bad idea.
Theo Vaughn would
Like that sounds like a joke in and of itself. Like
Yeah.
give us $42,000 a year, and you could tell jokes forever. And I was like, or I could just tell jokes forever.
Could
know
you?
what I
Do
mean?
you want to be a comedian?
Yeah. So and a podcast host, I guess.
Hey, you know what? Joe Rogan's on that too. Theo Vaughn, like it's a thing, man.
Yeah.
And
So-
you have a different take. You actually interview like country artists and artists and
Right.
whatnot. So
We try to interview them.
Yeah, and then we have like
Well, it's not even
like two other
interviews. That's what
podcasts too.
I love about podcasts. That's why I got so into podcasts. Is because like you saw how I started. I started really like trying to answer questions, and then I was like, this is not comfortable. For like I did it to myself.
Yeah,
it's like you guys are just trying to have a conversation with me.
Yeah, that's like
that's what I love about podcasts.
When people ask us like what we're trying to do, it's just like our goal is just to make sure that they have a good time.
Yeah, we had someone's manager reach out and be like, "Can you give us a list of questions that you guys are going to talk about?"
We don't even have a list.
I was like, "Dog, like I don't know. Like I guess we could put something together, but I don't know that that's all that we're going to talk about." You know,
the best thing to do, especially for me as an artist, I feel like is like there's people I did an interview the other day. And it was a fine interview. You know, it was an interview, but someone asks you some of these questions, and you're just like, you're asking me the same question twice, just worded differently, and I get to give you the same answer twice, worded differently. You know, a podcast, you can just do what you want to do, how you want to say it. You know, unless you're like with a media company and they want to censor some things, but like this is how a podcast should be. You know?
Yeah. We try.
We try. Well, and that was the big thing. It was like, oh, what can we talk? Like when we first started doing like podcasts in general, we were like, well, what can we talk about? And I was like, whatever the fuck we want. It's our podcast. Like, who's gonna stop us? Like, I'm not gonna fire you,
right?
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, we can't talk about that. You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna just talk about everything.
Yeah,
that comes up.
It's okay. I don't like the censorship stuff. Just be real.
Yeah,
you know, I'll be real.
Authenticity. Yeah. Authenticity is.
Isn't that what artists are trying to do? Just be authentic.
Right.
So, I think so.
I would hope so.
So that makes sense, artists.
Yeah. We are.
Go us.
We're artists.
We are kind of thinking about moving to Nashville.
Are you?
We are.
Making it more accessible to like meet with, like do multiple interviews a week.
We just love the industry, obviously too. And then I mean, I feel like we'd fit in with Nashville.
Like the volume of interviews we could do, like just from like walking down the street, you know, you meet like a bunch of people, like the people playing at like.
We're not gonna take people out of the street.
Yeah, we're gonna be like, "Are you homeless? Get on this podcast, Doc. You got a lot to talk
you know
about."
what? You might actually get some really interesting personalities doing that. That's actually a really great idea.
Like just homeless people,
just anybody. I mean,
like
off the street. you could pull somebody off the street and they might have schizophrenia, but they might say some of the funniest shit you've ever heard. You know, or you can.
And then two of their personalities start fighting in the middle of the podcast. I think that would be
I had a idea for a podcast once, and it was called the Beef Podcast. And I wanted it to be like each week I give a backstory behind like a company or a business that's failing, or like a brothers or something. Like, let's say two brothers own a business together and they hate each other because the business is failing. Sit them down. You can each get like individual stories, like 10 minutes from one guy, 10 minutes from the other guy, 5 minutes from me, or 10 minutes going through like the whole story of the company, and then having them battle it out and hash it out on the podcast.
That would be pretty dope.
I thought you were going to
So somebody pulls out a gun and shoots somebody.
And you're like, oh my God.
I thought you were going to call it the Roman Alexander podcast.
You know, the Roman Alexander Band podcast.
The rap.
The
Roman Alexander podcast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I feel like cocktail conversations with Roman Alexander would be.
Oh yeah, I mean, I guess it makes sense
between you and me with
it's,
Roman Alexander.
It's your song.
You know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah, you have.
That would be sick. I like Between You and Me with Roman Alexander.
It sounds like a mom and pop kind of like, hello, this is NPR. You're listening to Roman Alexander. It's Between You and Me, and then it starts playing like a little intro or cocktail conversations, and I could be like, a little bit more or less informal.
Well, and then
you can like show up like me with a drink.
I was gonna say you could have a mixologist on the side and be like, today we're drinking this, and it relates to my conversation this how, or you make a cocktail pertain to every single guest you have. So you know what I mean.
Or it's just like a cocktail of the week kind of thing. You know, I'll always drink an old fashioned. I love old fashioned, but I make a redneck old fashioned.
What's a redneck old?
It's literally Jack and Coke. Well, it's Makers really. Makers, Coke, a little splash of Coke, cherry juice, and orange peel. That's it.
So that sounds delicious.
It does.
It's pretty good.
I was hungry from his mom's soup, but now I'm thirsty for it.
French onion soup.
I'm so hungover I can't eat anything right now. But I can drink.
What did you do last night?
I went to the Black Hawk.
That's when he made out with his
dude.
Oh, it happened there?
Yeah, we were all pretty shit faced.
That's what happens when you go to Blackhawks games, though. You know,
and the Viagra Triangle. That shit's tricky, bro.
I just think you guys do it different because Blues games don't have that.
But the Blues win. Blackhawks really haven't recently.
They won last night.
I'm talking about like championships.
I think sex is always a cause of celebration. You know, like you know, you shouldn't have to.
You embrace
whether you're winning or losing, man. Everybody's winning when they're having sex.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
making
that's
love,
Can't go wrong with
doing the
that.
deed.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
Speaking of sex, have you heard of sit on your face milkshakes?
Yeah. Well,
They're just-
Cooper Allen was on. And
They're just really good milkshakes. So my follow up question was,
Do you have them here?
do you like
No.
milkshake?
No, they don't have merit.
What's a sit on my face milkshake?
It's just a really good
Yeah,
milkshake.
it's like sit on my face. Anything is like.
I can't
good.
think anything. I can't think of that being a good milkshake in reality. I mean, sure. What's in it? What's it consist of?
Well,
I mean, I like Oreo
I like
milkshakes.
the cake shake from Portillo's.
Cake shake. Is that
Yeah.
sit on my face milkshake?
That one's pretty solid. It's like their chocolate.
I was
fudge cake.
thinking like a sit on my face milkshake was gonna be like you go to some bar and some girl like
She
rubs-
sits on your face. Will she force feed you a milkshake?
Well, yeah, like something like that. You know, like is that like a Chicago experience? 'Cause
No,
if so,
absolutely the fuck
I'm not
not.
gonna not ask you for where that is, but it's kind of
No.
cool.
No, that was Cooper Allen's fault. Because I guess there's some place in Nashville. He's like, yeah, they have sit on your face milkshakes. And it's just like,
I've never heard of that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was like, can you elaborate on what you mean?
I've lived there 6 years and never heard of a sit on my face milkshake.
Yeah, he's like, do you guys know how to sit on your face milkshakes out here? I was like, I don't think so.
I've heard of blowjob shots, but that's at every bar.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
True.
Have you done a Chicago handshake yet?
God,
It's like a
what weird shit are you into?
It's not. It's like a shot in a beer. It's like usually Malort and old style.
Malort and yeah.
Okay, so it's like
But
a Irish car bomb dropped into like
no,
a Guinness
like
kind
just
of
side
thing.
by side. It's like you just.
Have you had Malort?
No, what is that?
Fucking awful. Like in the
It's
in
a
the best
whiskey?
way. It's like a whiskey, but it's like also like gasoline. Like your car would run if you put it in there. You'd be fine.
Really?
Yeah, it's awful, dude. Don't ever do it. If someone tries to,
You want to try it?
I mean,
I would love to try it.
you want to try it?
Oh, was he prepared?
No, but we got a bottle over here, so
Okay, here we go.
yeah.
Is this good?
It's
Is it
hard.
good stuff?
No, dude.
No.
But I mean, it builds character.
Oh shit. All right. So a shot is not supposed to be actually shot.
I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, you really.
It smells like gas, like a
Yeah,
nail polish remover mixed with gasoline.
it is. That's exactly what's in the bottle.
Okay.
Best of luck, good sir.
Yeah. We know. You don't have to drink it all.
What the fuck?
Oh yeah, no, it's terrible,
You
ain't
wanna
it?
finish it?
Me, no.
So a Chicago handshake is an old style beer and a shot of that. And it's-
That'll
and
put some hair on your chest. Though.
and it's,
that could benefit some facial
So
hair.
I tell people that it reminds me of sweaty socks and pickle juice.
I think I've only ever had one when I was like really fucked
I mean, look, it
You're
feels like you
funny.
guys like dumped smelling salts into it.
up.
Like,
Let me
like,
smell it.
that's what it tastes like.
Maybe I'll finish it just for the sake of the podcast. Fuck man.
Can I videotape?
Oh,
There we go.
He's gonna videotape. You want to do another one for a video?
No.
No,
I'll do one. I'll do one with you.
Yeah, well, I'll do that.
Okay. I gotta get a video of this because this is gonna be really funny.
Fuck me, man. God.
Okay, so can you explain what this is?
Malort?
Yes.
It's like awful. It's
Chicago
like,
Handshake.
It's a Chicago Handshake is a beer and a shot of Malort, like an old style shot of Malort. So we're actually only doing one half of it right now.
Okay.
Oh, you just got me a new one.
Oh.
Right, yeah. We should all do one.
I'm not gonna do the whole one.
I'll take the least amount possible.
Yeah, I'll do it the least amount possible.
Yeah, I don't know why.
You're like pouring heavy.
Alright, fine, I'll do the big one.
Yeah, you haven't had one. I just did the other one.
Okay.
Welcome to Chicago.
Thanks for having me.
Some people actually enjoy it.
Roman, we appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, this is probably my favorite podcast episode we've ever done. And that's like, just don't look at my face when I say that though, because it sounds.
Where
Any other questions you got to ask?
yeah, where can the people find you? Like, do you want to talk about your new song?
Let's find me in the green room, passed out.
Do you need a bucket? Because I do.
No, man. You can find me on Instagram. I'm trying to get new to TikTok. I don't have any Cooper Allen numbers by any means. I got 41,000 followers on TikTok.
That's a lot
I'm
better
trying. Instagram's my main platform if you want to find me there.
Cool.
I typically respond to every message. I mean, unless it's, somebody saying that they want to do a sit on my face milkshake, but
Yeah.
Well, we'll DM you if he has any problems tonight at the wedding or.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? You should do like bro tips. That's another segment you should do on this podcast, like bro tips. Like,
But
hey, I'm having this issue. What do you think I should do?
Okay, I was gonna say we shouldn't be giving advice to
no
anybody.
advice like with dealing with.
Are you dating somebody?
No.
Okay.
Fuck no.
You know what? As a country artist, I was always advised not to. I've done pretty good so far.
I feel like you need to sometimes though for songs.
Like just to break up with someone for.
Yeah.
I tried
banger.
that once, and it causes way more just not even pain, just a pain in the ass. Sort of.
Yeah.
It's, it's you feel bad. I mean, I did that when I was really mature.
Right.
But I love the idea of love. I love the idea about writing love. So
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Well, buddy, we appreciate you coming on.
yeah, thanks
man.
for having me on.
Thanks
Thanks
for
we're sound checking here, but so.
Yeah, it's all good. Thanks for doing shots and
Rock and roll. Thanks for the gasoline.
we do what we can.
Hey, this is Roman Alexander, and this is Last Call.
What's up, people? Welcome back to another episode of Last Call. Today, I am going to be interviewing the boys about Roman Alexander, and let's get to it. Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
To Roman.
All right. As usual, we're going to be getting into some trivia and then general questions. Starting off, the Greek god himself was born where? Where is he from?
Kentucky, Texas, or Tennessee?
I want to say it was Kentucky.
Oh, wait. Final answer. Part of me wants to be like South Carolina. Kentucky.
No, he said that was wrong already. Was it South Carolina?
Yeah, I was just kidding.
Because that one felt good for a
No.
little bit. Okay.
Hold on.
Completely wrong. Drink up. Let's get those drinks in.
All right.
If you're gonna give
Just
up.
drink. He's going to tell us. Just tell us. So he has to drink.
Texas.
No, still wrong. He is from Parkville, Missouri.
That's what I said.
Fuck. No, you
That's
did
right,
not.
because the Kansas City
Yeah,
stuff.
but you
Son of
didn't
a
say
bitch.
shit
That's a
about
Cardinals
the
fan. God damn it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
on you.
Well, sorry, Roman.
Sorry, Roman.
So when he first got into selling merch, what was the band that he first started selling merch for?
I don't know this one for sure because I started drinking during this episode.
I will be
I-
shocked
I'll
if you
drink
get this
right
one.
now. I don't.
I am not going to remember.
All right, perfect. Drink up again for it is 90s
Drink,
band
drink.
Shenandoah
Ah,
or Shenandoah, however you want to say
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. And then finally, for our final trivia question, what was his first band's name?
The Marcus.
No, the
or
Roman
the Roman
Alexander
Alexander band.
Yep.
Who the hell's Marcus?
So if you've already watched the episode, which I hope you have, this is
I mean, they should.
I mean this is at the end, so that makes sense.
Or
Yeah.
is it?
We'll put it at the beginning, like a good switcheroo. So the way he got that first band name, as we know, was from his mom.
Hell of a cook.
Yep, exactly where I'm going. He self-dubbed his mom as the best cook, and I want to know what one dish you would want from your mom right now on the spot, no questions asked.
oh, easy. That's
This is easy.
flautas.
The fuck?
Mm.
Spell it.
Spell flautas.
Yes.
Flautas.
Yes.
I feel like you're trying to say flowers and you're just drunk.
No, I'm not drunk.
Yo, buy me a bouquet of flowers.
No, flautas are they're like big taquitos.
All right.
She makes them
I
homemade.
don't-
She like
Was not expecting that.
I've never had one of those.
You've
so,
never had
Yeah,
flautas?
we need to go hit up Holly.
yeah, or
Yeah.
like a Mexican restaurant. They have them. That'd probably be quicker.
Well, but it's your mom.
Right.
What she makes, not some random Mexican
I
restaurant.
mean, I'll take them from anywhere, but I love my mom's. They're the best.
All right. Without a doubt, my mother's sausage bread.
Oh, I
Yeah.
have had that before.
I've never had.
I would
that.
take some of that right now.
Easily. I can eat a whole loaf by myself in one sitting without a doubt.
So good.
I mean, she brings it around the holiday season, so it's coming.
Oh, I can't wait.
Buckle up, boys.
Oh, I'm ready. So
Flautas.
everyone's got their great mom, and then we were talking to Roman about grinding his way through Nashville, and he worked at a car dealership at first, and then gave us a story about how he grinded up to where
That
he
was
is now.
awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty incredible. So I want to know, what was your least favorite job, or the job that you knew you had to do or keep in pursuit of better prospects in the future?
That one's kind of obvious for me, but I'm just going to go to the worst job I've ever had. Movie theater.
Set the scene.
I'll paint the scene. Okay.
Paint me the scene of this movie theater.
So let's look at the multiple positions at a movie theater. There's the person that gives you your tickets. There's the person that rips your tickets, like you'd get lost. Then there's the concession stands, and then there's the people that clean up after you once the movie is over. If you came in and if I was behind what the hell is it called? Wherever you buy the tickets.
Oh yeah, the ticket booth,
Yeah, sure.
box office.
Yes, that's the words. If I was behind the box office and I was giving out tickets and someone did something cool or made me laugh, the movie was on me, but not really on me. It was on the theater. I would just print out tickets like crazy. This one guy, the ropes that people walk through, he jumped over one. And I was like, what movie you going to? He's like, Finding Dory or whatever it was. And I was like, all right, here you go. Because I've never seen anybody jump over the ropes before. So I was like, here you go.
That's a first for me, dog.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I got a manager fired from that place as well because she brought Jello shots, and I had a lot. But it wasn't my fault. They just found them. And they're like, who did this? And I was like, I don't know. With like 10 empty cups by me. I also just hate going to the movie theater because of that experience, because people are so messy. And like whenever I saw like a child 4 foot and under with a large bag of popcorn, all I wanted to do was beat them with my broomstick and my dustpan, because I knew that the popcorn was going to be all over the place. Not actually beat them, but just psychologically.
Beat them down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Psychologically. So I just stared through their stall.
Yeah, beat down little kids.
Because psychological abuse is way more socially acceptable than physical abuse.
I think so.
At least on a child.
Right. Exactly. Perfect. He'll get over
Yeah,
it.
because if he doesn't get over it soon, he'll get over it in therapy.
But yeah, the movie theater was just the worst. It's ruined going to the movies for me.
I actually 90% of the people that I know that used to work at movie theaters have the exact same.
Well,
thing
it's
where
just
they're
so
like,
expensive.
"Fuck
It's
the
so
movies."
expensive.
Oh, it is. It's ridiculous and overpriced, but it's like an experience, and I'm such
It's
a big
not
movie buff that I love going to because I was never the guy that had to clean up after it.
Yeah, I was. Well, and the coolest thing was for like birthday parties, they're like, yeah, if you want to like come bring your PlayStation or whatever, you can hook it up to the monitors and
That'd be kind of cool.
you can play Call of Duty, or like we played zombies on like a movie theater.
Yeah,
screen,
yeah, that's
so
That's pretty cool.
that was cool.
So
But
I would say mine would probably be where I was a stock boy at a little butcher shop in St. John, Indiana. If you're from there, you know which one it is.
nobody's from there.
No one's actually from there. But Roman actually knew when I said St. John. He's like, I was there.
Nah, he was just being nice.
Yeah.
Maybe.
He's probably like, that guy's probably from Gary.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want to bring it up, but maybe from Gary. But either way,
He's
so
like,
I was
"St.
there. So I was at the butcher shop. I was working there, and I would literally like had this shit job. Like they would be cutting meat all day, and I would come in and clean out like the saws and like take them apart and like scrub down the tables, bleach them, and all this stuff. And like I didn't have like gloves when I was like bleaching and cleaning shit. Like they didn't provide it. They were like, if you want them, bring them in. And like 15-year-old me was like, all right.
You're right.
And then, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what that shit does to me. So I was like,
Yeah.
fuck it. And then I would like be scrubbing it down with like steel wool. And like 3 or 4 months after working there, like the skin on my hands was like fucking coming off. And I just like I liked working there because it, like my dad made me work there. So it like gave me work ethic. But other than that, like it just like fucking burned the skin off my hands with bleach and degreaser and all that shit. So I was like, I don't like if I look back, I'd be like, I probably would have lived had I not worked there. I probably would have been fine.
I
So
hear you.
it was like my least favorite.
I know we've gone a long while on our jobs that we hate, and I forgot about when I was flag carrier for a day for the parking, for Cubs parking. I take everything I said back about the movie theater. That was the worst job I've ever
The
done.
Cubs parking
Yes.
as a Cardinals fan.
I had to wear some stupid vest with a flag attached to my back. Like people couldn't see me anyways. And it was a day game. So it wasn't even nighttime.
Yeah.
I had to wear this stupid neon vest that had a 6-foot flag attached to it on my back. And then I just had to wave and yell, Cubs barking. And I didn't. And I think I got paid $10 an hour.
There you go.
Like at the end of it, I wanted to call my psychiatrist and be like, I need to talk to you.
About a prescription.
Yeah. All right. What's next?
All right. So after a long day at a shit job, all you want is a shot. We watched Roman try to take a shot of Malort. He did.
I'm going to pause you right there. Shout out to Roman for even doing that.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
no.
know. He
Huge
was so
shout
cool
out
about
to
it.
him.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
very cool with that.
He took it like a man. And
He did. Wet
the
socks
first
and
time I
pickle
had
juice.
it, I wanted to cry. So, I want to know what the worst drink you've ever had was. It could be
Lord,
a shot.
This is easy.
Wait, you shot? Like
Or
a
and
worst
it
shot?
could, yeah, go for shot.
The worst liquid you put in your mouth.
Malort.
Okay. I'm
Really?
not going to say shot.
Okay.
When I was in Korea, but literally when I was in Korea, we would always go to this Turkish kebab place. Like to start the night. It was our before drinking meal.
Yeah.
We would get these amazing kebabs, and oh my god, they were so good. But we would go there so often that these people were like getting to know us because we were regulars or whatever. So we sit down and order our kebabs, and incredible nice people come over and they're like, hey, this is called, I don't know. I have no idea. But the glass was white and it looked like milk. And I don't like drinking milk. I've never, like as a kid, I didn't
Yeah,
drink
who
milk.
likes milk? Milk sucks.
Yeah.
Not
shit-
this guy right
Shit's
here.
just crazy. And so right off the bat, I was like, not a fan. And they're like, no, it's a tradition or not a delicacy because they would have it with like every meal. And I found out after drinking it, which, oh my God, like by far the worst thing I've ever put in my mouth. It was spoiled yogurt, salt, warm water, and I think I'm forgetting one thing about it. But it's I found it on Wikipedia one day and was like, that's exactly what I drank. It was by far the worst thing I've
Is
ever
it like a
tasted.
delicacy or something?
It's something they have with every meal.
Really?
Yeah. So it's like it's not a tradition. It's just a part of the meal. You know,
Yeah.
it's like kids from Italy drinking wine at 3 years old. It's
Yeah.
just part of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So is it
Um,
like fermented? Is it alcohol in any way?
No.
No?
No.
It's just like they're
It's just
yeah.
It
rotten.
like the best way I can explain it literally is grab milk, let it spoil, add 3 teaspoons of salt and some warm water. That's the best.
Wow.
And like they were right there because so when I went to drink it, they were looking over my shoulder. So I was like, oh, okay, that was really good. And then I was waiting for them to walk away and they wouldn't. So like we just had to kill it. And I don't ever want to relive that moment in my life. ever
God, you
again.
take the cake on worst drink.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that story. That sounds terrible.
It
Yeah.
was disgusting.
So I mean, so Malort's probably the worst shot I ever took. But when I was working at that butcher shop, and I would be using bleach and stuff, and like hosing down these things and scrubbing.
They
them.
made you drink bleach?
No, it
Oh.
like there was like a puddle of bleach from like me scrubbing it like on one of the long trays that they were putting like raw meat on. So you really gotta scrub that shit just for like health reasons.
Yeah. Whatever.
And then there's a puddle of bleach, and the hose like sprayed and hit it, and it shot up at me and got in my mouth, and I tasted bleach. I was like,
How was it?
awful. It just makes your entire tongue like numb, like completely like, but like not in a fun way. It was like, it was like, yeah, it just tasted gross. It was almost lemony. I want to say, yeah, no, not good lemon though. Like you're like,
gotta go get some bleach.
I'm gonna go try that. No, I don't condone it. And like I was freaking out. I was like, am I gonna die now? Like
Because you had like a droplet, hit your tongue.
yeah, it hit my tongue, and then there was a separate time where that similar thing happened, and it got in my eye.
Wow,
and
I
was like,
multiple times.
yeah, dude, I was around bleach all the time.
That explains a lot.
yeah, I was like breathing in those fumes every day. I'm like, that does explain a lot, doesn't it?
All right,
Perfect.
what else you got?
Nothing. Just
Oh.
your last words, boys.
Our last words
Roman was so cool.
for Roman Alexander.
Are you
Yeah.
trying to talk like
I'm a Greek god.
300?
This is Roman.
He was really cool.
He was.
Yeah, I mean, especially just the fact that he took the Malort shot.
Yeah.
And he was like, I would love to try it. And I was like, oh, cool your jets, buddy.
It's like, yeah, did you like you in my mind I was like, all right, I gotta go get it.
right.
I mean, I am actually kind of surprised that whatever number episode that was for Windy City Joe's, that's how long it took us to get to Malort and like even bring it into the picture. So kudos to us, I guess.
Yeah.
But no, Roman was the man. Yeah, it was just cool that he put up with that shot. But now I feel like karma's going to come around and we're going to be in some kind of position where we are going to have to drink something when we really don't want to. Not that he didn't really want to and that we forced it down his throat.
We didn't do that. I don't
But
want people to think that that's what happened.
I mean, he did record it. And I wonder where that video is.
Yeah.
I just got off track. But no, he was cool. Roman was cool. And yeah, I think he's
He was so cool that I would do another Malort shot with him.
Wow.
Wow.
High praise.
I would think about it.
That
No, I would do it.
Yeah. I mean, if he wanted to, but I'm not going to bring it up first.
I'd rather look forward to his mother's French onion soup.
Oh, I
Oh.
could go for some of that.
Yeah, especially in these chilly days.
Oh man.
I agree.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you for coming on Windy City Joe's, Roman, and this has been Last Call. I'm your host, Tyler Stewart. We'll catch you next time.